I'm here with Joe from Performance Equations. Firstly, congratulations on your award.
Thank you very much. Really excited to get the award this year.
Can you begin by telling us a bit about your business?
Yes, so we're a small niche organizational development consultancy, and we basically work with senior leaders and teams in accelerating their strategy through their people.
And how does the coaching tend to work?
Basically, some need has been identified either by the most senior person in the organization, it could be the CEO, MD, or somebody senior in the organization, or very often the HR director, and they get into a conversation with us about how can we bridge that development need. And so we engage with them, trying to work out the most appropriate solution for them. If it's a coaching program, if it's an individual coaching program, we'll have figured out what the objectives are for the program, figured out the length of time it would be, and then we work one-to-one with somebody over that period of time. If it's an executive team, then we'll work systematically with them, again over a period of time, but working on what's the requirement for that team in terms of their particular context.
Okay, brilliant. And what are some of the biggest mistakes that aspiring leaders tend to make?
I wouldn't necessarily use the word mistake, but I think one of the assumptions that tends to happen, particularly when you're making that transition from, let's say, a junior or middle manager, then going into a more senior role, is that very often we think, well, I've made it to the most senior role in the business, I've got to have all the answers. And that's not necessarily true. And so it's almost like a self-imposed limitation. Mindset almost. So thinking that how could I utilize, I'm still growing, and how can I utilize the rest of the team to progress forward what we're trying to do strategically. So, taking that burden off oneself and saying that, I have all the answers and everybody's expecting me to have all the answers.
Of course. So obviously there's client confidentiality, so you don't need to be too specific here, but are there any success stories that kind of stand out in your memory?
Yeah, well, I've been at it now for 30 plus years, and so there are several. But I think the key theme that seems to have emerged probably is how people seem to accelerate either their personal career in terms of the roles that they've taken on board, either in more larger organizations, or indeed being more successful in achieving their professional ambitions. So working with us, I wouldn't say that everything's down to me or the team I use, but basically co-creating the solution and helping them accelerate that. There's been some really tremendous things that they've achieved.
Okay, fantastic. And are there any exciting plans for the future?
Actually, no. I'm trying to slow down now. So we're in really big demand, and which is fantastic, and I feel very humbled and privileged to be able to say that. But I'm trying to pick and choose the kinds of organisations and the kinds of people that we'd like to work with, so that we're very niche and. It's exciting times because I'm able to get involved in other things in my personal life, which I haven't had time to do over the last 30 years.
Okay, well, I hope you enjoy both sides of that. But yeah, congratulations again on the award and keep up the great work.
Super. Thanks ever so much.